Hello everyone. Welcome to today's webinar, QPR ProcessAnalyzer 2019.4 release webinar. I'm your host today. My name is Irene. I'm sitting here with two of the presenters. Sitting next to me, we have Teemu.
Yes, hello everybody. Teemu here. Going to talk about Process Analyzer.
Yes, the new features.
Yes.
And improvements, of course. And we have Olive.
Yes, hello, Olive here, Product Manager for Process Analyzer. Welcome to the webinar.
And Olive will also share with us the upcoming release information and features. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. So today we're talking about 2019.4 new features and improvements about QPR Process Analyzer in our QPR Business Operating System Process Mining and Intelligence product. So if you have any questions, feedback, comment on our release or regarding this webinar presentation, just let us know in the comment box, chat box. We can take your questions and comments. And then you can find the recording of this webinar session as well as the webinar slides in QPR community. So remember to register if you haven't already. All right, so today we have a few different features and improvements to present. I'll just make Teemu a presenter right now so he can show us some new goodies.
Okay. Thank you, Irene. Thank you. So I'm eager to get started and show you the functionality we have added to our QPR Process Analyzer, which is our process mining product, part of our business operating system. And then we also have all the connectors and integration platforms over there. So let me get forward. If you have any questions, you type them, we answer them during this webinar or after the webinar. And here we are, the new stuff for 2019.4. So 3 things: folders, dashboard designer, and drill down filters for the chart view. So folders and dashboards and chart view improvements. That's the sort of the topic for today. And if you have anything else, there's always more functionality and smaller improvements. We pick up 3 that we discussed during this call. If you have anything else in your mind, you're always free to write to the webinar chat. Okay, let's get started with the folders. So, as you know, QPR Process Analyzer is a ready-made product for process mining and process analysis. It has everything that you need, ready-made, built, and the user interface is there. So it's like a complete product. However, every customer is an own case. Every customer has their own needs and own projects they want to support. So obviously we have a very flexible user interface where you can create those dashboards, views, and even smaller or actually bigger applications using the QPR UI functionality. And now this has shown to be so popular that customers are creating multiple applications within the process analyzer environment. Like they can have like one application for purchase to pay process mining analysis and another application for order to cash process mining analysis. And then there may be one for the managers, operative managers, one for the development people, and then maybe one for the shop floor sort of the factory workers or like people who want to use these radiator screens. So there are views that are built for certain purposes. And now what are we adding in this release is the folder structure. So it's now an improvement that you can put the similar, you can collect your application into different folders in our QPR UI. And let me jump into the product and show what it means in practice. So here we are in QPR 19.4, and as you can see, we have added this dashboard link already to the front page. So what you get when you click the dashboard, you get an easy connection to this folders area. And as you can see here, we have a workplace, and we can put different applications and different different applications and different views into different folders here. So like you see, this is my personal folder. Then we have the QPR ProcessAnalyzer user interface, which consists of these ready-made application views, which are visible in the product itself. We have some demos built in our environment. We have some business management system related stuff over here. And we have QPR connectors, and you see that we have the connectors for the ERP systems, and under the connectors you have the connector specific files. So this is the folder structure, and what you can do with the folder structure is that you easily can access all these QPR ProcessAnalyzer views and dashboards you have created, a custom dashboard view. So you can select that and open them and do all needed functionalities. Like, just to give you the idea, here is a ready-made dashboard, so I can double click to open the dashboard. Okay, this is kind of a pretty pretty simple that you just have the view and then you open it. When we go back here, we see that the same dashboard that we have, we can export the dashboard. I can export the dashboard and then import, so that this is like an easy way of sharing the views, and this is like the backbone of how to share the whole application. So you just export into the file, text file, and then you move that to another environment. Then, as you see, opening over here, and then of course deleting the dashboard. Then on the other side, you can create the new folders, and you can create the new views, new dashboards over here, and then you have the importing functionality, so exporting over there and importing over here. So this is basically the full-scale system where you can manage all your views in your system, and then of course you have the find search functionality here. So if I'm gonna kind of check that where was the view that I use KPI, now it finds the KPI views within the different parts of the system, and you see when it has been last modified and the version numbers. We have the version control for these QPR UI views. So this is a system where you manage your own views and your own applications, and that's what we call folders. So QPR folders. This is now available in QPR ProcessAnalyzer, and the easy access to this place is from the home page. You just go to the dashboards. One reason we call it a dashboards is that the custom built dashboards are visible over here. So when you start to build the dashboards, this is one way to manage them. Okay. So basically here we are, and I think I got through all of this. Of course, we can rename, and then there's ready-made solutions that you can get from QPR for different ERP systems or processes. Okay, the second topic, dashboard designer, obviously linked to the first one. So dashboard designer is now an improvement on how you can build these dashboards, and there are like so let me just go into the product and show you how it works. So here I am in the system, and let me start by creating a new dashboard, so you get a fresh start. So new view. Okay, I have my view over here, and let me take this dashboard designer so that I can see my controls over here, and let's call this like a new dashboard. Okay, release webinar. Great. And let's do it like this, and let's save the view. So we have an empty view at the moment, and we have the dashboard toolbar over here, and then we just simply go on and pick these controls that we want to see. Typically, we want to see the process analyzer over here, and then I like this KPI analysis. Let's take a couple of those, and let's fill in the empty space as well with another one. So we go it like this, and let's give this a little bit of more space. So now we have the dashboard running, and whenever we want to do some editing for the dashboard, let me show it from here. I can of course hide the dashboard designer over here, and then I can go on and customize my controls with.
So the editing is currently on.
Yes.
Switch it off first.
So I go to the here, and yes, of course. Okay, so I already did my dashboard basic construction. So now when I have done the basic construction, now I have the possibility to edit the contents of these controls. Let's say that I want to have the donut chart over here, and let's take the slices from, for example, case attribute, like a region, which I like a lot, and so on. So we customize this stuff over here and say, so now this being the dashboard that we created, let me hide the dashboard designer. So this is now the way how the dashboard looks as a ready-made dashboard, and whenever I want to make further changes to this dashboard, I simply take the dashboard designer and I can do the design, and then I can go here to edit to also change the structure of the dashboard. Like if I want to still add one more control over here, make this a smaller one, and let's add a extra flow chart into this part. We can do that, and we just save it. So now editing the dashboard structure is readily available from this dashboard designer setting. Okay, and there we go, and then we can hide this dashboard designer, and the ready-made dashboard is over here. So dashboards work perfectly as they used to work. Now we have just added a nice functionality to help the design of the structure, to help you make it even more easier. And as we know, the top level command of seeing the dashboards gives you the folder structure where we can then see this our own folder where we have stored this. And if I now would like to make a new folder, let's say this is the demo. Let me say new folder. So this would be this is the webinar folder. It goes over there, and I can just take this new dashboard, release webinar, put it there. So that's sort of the first step in making this, starting to build a new application. So here I have the content. I have my view, which I can open from here and start using, and then again like go to the dashboard designer. So this is now the environment where to create the dashboards and easily pick from the toolpath. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I think I'm gonna show the same from the slides, or like this. Okay, then improvement number 3, chart view drill down filters. So we talk about the chart views, which are the multi-purpose analytic tool embedded into QPR ProcessAnalyzer, and now it's possible to create the filters directly from the data. And let me show you how it works in the product. So let's, for example, go to the chart view. So we have chart view over here, and it shows the content nicely. Typically, you have in chart view, you have the flow chart over here as a default, and then we have the cases over here. Sorry, this column chart. So if we want to see the settings for this, sorry, here, we see that we are looking at a column chart with the measure being the case count and dimension being the starting and ending time, start time of the case on a monthly level. And obviously, this is what we can change. We can just, okay, I want to see the quarterly level, and I can change the measure and so on. So what is now nice is that if I'm interested in, for example, the cases that started in Q1 2016, so I can simply click on this, and now I have the include only or exclude filter directly available in the chart view itself. So if I only want to see the include only these cases, I click this, and now I have the information here, and then let's say I'm going to see this on a monthly level. Now I see that quarter only. So I have made a filter with that setting, starting cases. You can see the filter here, okay? I can see that, and then I'm looking at these cases. Now, for example, I can change the dimension to be, let's say, case attribute, and here we go. And then select the attribute of being like the product group. So now I have those cases that started in 2016, Q1, and I see those by the product groups. And I can further go on. Let's say that I want to see like this jeans and shirts. So include only these cases. So I again created a new filter. You see here, product group is jeans and shirts. And then I can go on and further drill down, for example, seeing that, okay, in this case, I want to see these by the region. So now I'm looking at this information by the region. So this is a very nice way to drill down into your analysis, and it works in many of these visualization types. Like I've been using the column chart, but I'm gonna as well like take the bar chart. Bar chart of course, but then like the donut, which I personally like a lot. So we take a donut chart, and from here, if I only want to see the New York, so I just click on this. You see, every time I click, it adds to this possible include or exclude filter. So if I say that, okay, I don't want to see the New York and LA cases, I just check this exclude these cases and create the new filter. So now I have only these three regions available here. So that was the donut, and then scatter and waterfall charts are also available here. So this is basically the drill down filtering, and of course I can go to this filtering manually in this way also selecting more more attributes and creating more filters this way, or then I can remove one of the filters. So now I'm not anymore checking only the cases for 2016 Q1, but now I see all the cases. So filters, it's really flexible to use the filters over here, and I can always go here and do these filters as I want. Okay, and that's pretty much it. But there's one nice addition, that this filtering and drill down works with the packed bubble chart type, which indeed is actually a new chart type. So let's see what this packed bubble chart offers us. So it's an interesting visualization, which is sort of using these kind of bubbles to represent the biggest areas or biggest data segments with the biggest bubbles, and then collecting the others around those biggest ones. And let me show this with a dimension that has a bit more possibilities, like the created month. So now we see that, okay, there's most of the cases are created within these 11, 12, 7. So those months. Do I have something else here? Let's see, case attribute. Yep. Let me just check. Yep. Okay, this is pretty good. Let me also remove these other. So you see, it keeps on updating, and it's sort of putting the biggest to the front. So this is the packed bubble visualization that you can use in your applications. Yeah.
Select the supplier.
Yeah, supplier. Yeah, that's the 14 suppliers. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, so good. Okay, now we see like this hats all over, and the 10 toes, which are the biggest suppliers, are clearly visible here with the amount of the cases, and the others are sort of around those. And now the measure has been the amount of the cases. I can of course change the measure to be, let's say, the case duration, and now we have the average duration, which are the biggest ones, and like, let's say, the maximum duration. So here are the maximum durations for all of those suppliers. So it's one more visualization type that you have as an option to choose from the visualizations. And as you know, as you see, there are plenty of these visualizations now in the product. Okay. All right. I think that was it. So yeah, Irene, what do you think?
Excellent. It's easier dashboarding, analysis management, and also easier like sharing everything. It's good. So yeah. What do we have to look forward to in the next release?
Yeah, a couple of things. So for example, we'll have a new case level prediction advanced artificial intelligence machine learning algorithm available there. And so, well, in practice, there are many use cases for that. But for example, you can predict, well, almost anything in your cases. So let's say, for example, if you have a sales data, you want to predict whether the ongoing cases will be won or lost. And okay, it is based on the data that you already have in the model there. So you have a lot of cases there which have ended, so either lost or won. So you will then select those cases as a training set for this prediction algorithm, and then you choose the feature or phenomenon there that you want to predict. So for example, what is the probability that the case is lost? And all right, so you choose that there, and then this advanced prediction algorithm will calculate for each case separately what is the probability that that case is lost or won. So based on the all the other data in that model there. All right, and then other improvement related to those calculated attributes that we already have there, and currently you can use the Excel client to edit them, but we also have in the next release possibility to create and edit the case and event attributes using the web user interface. And well, there are a lot of use cases also for those, and well, we'll discuss them more and show some of the important use cases related to those attributes next time. But yeah, at least those features we can expect in the next release.
All right, sounds exciting. You can actually register for our upcoming release webinar already for this link. You can also find the link in an email I'll be sending you later as well. So if any of you have any questions, you can let us know now, or you can also send to us later at marketing@qpr.com. So just hang in here for a few minutes if any of you want to write us any questions now. Any last words from the presenter regarding this release?
Works fine. I've been using it, and the improvements work fine. And of course, there are some other improvements as well that are often asked by some individual customers, which I know that this release will also make them very happy. But this generic folders and dashboards functionality, it is very great to see that this is taking, the dashboards are taken into use by so many customers, that we are having so many dashboards that we really need this folder functionality to help with the management of those dashboards. I'm really glad for that.
Well, I'm especially interested in this filtering functionality, because that is very generic stuff. There you always need to have a powerful functionality for the filtering.
Yes. All right, so if you have any questions later on, you can also send us an email at marketing@qpr.com. In the meantime, I thank you for your participation and attendance, as well as the presentation from the two presenters today. I guess we'll see you again in about a month's time. And thank you everyone for attending today.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye for now.